I wrote a letter to Alan Moore. A couple days ago. I put it in the mail. Right? Again, this is all because he's getting his Lifetime Achievement Award on the 28th, right? And I'm in palpable fear. I live in fear, right? He wants to persist in this way, right? WME thinks that like traumatizing me every day is cool, right? That it's better to just let him run amok on the psychic landscape like a jackass adolescent, right? So I decided to write Alan Moore, and since I don't do anything in the dark, magic's done in the light, sorcery's done in the dark, we're gonna read it right now. Here's the letter. I fully expect to be tortured as I write this, which presages multiple drafts, though hopefully not. Hello, Alan, Mr. Moore. Whatever you expect a venerating stranger to call you, I'm happy to oblige. My name is Brian Jennings. The tale I am to unfold in this letter is wide and winding, harrowing and perilous, not without its moments of comedy. But it is the subject of a novel I've written, Building a Coven. I have emailed your agency a couple times. This is my first handwritten letter. I am writing because I am embroiled in something very few people understand, and I write you now because you are one of the rare few. In order for you to understand, I have to begin at the beginning and explain everything they will use against me. The only argument they have is that I am insane. I am insane. Quentin Tarantino is evil. These are our two positions. As regards my sanity, it is a hackneyed excuse I suspect everyone around him grows weary of. I wrote a number of letters, 4 in total, laid out my case, and sent them to Quentin Tarantino in the summer of 23. The trades published he was shooting the film at the end of September. However, the SAG strike continued until Thanksgiving, so that when he read my letters around December 10th, they had only just begun, and the trades published he had halted his production until early 2024. While acting in The Two Gentlemen of Verona, writing backstage as I am a writer as well as an actor, all the letters came flooding back to me. This is the first time he remote viewed me. This is the first time he violated my mind. I heard him, he said, "Okay, dude, let's do it." And excited, I began writing again. The first 3 letters were written over the course of 1 week, and the 4th after the first 3 were returned to sender. After the second mailing, I did not write him again until December. I thought it weird to write every week. I wrote 6 more letters between then and the end of January, as often as I was able. Every time Quentin exerting psychic pressure upon my waking mind, until the press announced Brad Pitt was reuniting with Quentin, and he stopped accepting my mail. I am now sitting in my first audition room, 12th night. I am doing my best to continue writing each day, though to be sure, this saga, Quentin's treatment of me, has imbued a great reticence. I live in a perpetual haze of fear and paranoia. After he stopped accepting my mail, I needed some 10 days to process his violation of my mind and soul. I began seeing him, his body of work, in a new adulterated light, and decided that while I obviously cannot compel him to speak reasonably to me, I can write about it. So I did. I wrote a 7,000-word essay torching him and Brad Pitt and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I reminded the world that Brad Pitt and Cliff Booth are the same person. Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt, each one syllable. Cliff Booth murdered his wife on a boat with a spear gun because Brad Pitt beat up his wife on an airplane and got away with it. He pulled his story out of the air and put it in the water. I don't have to tell you. This is what writers do. Within 1 day of publishing it, he was in my head, violating my mind, playing the slow, sad song from Kill Bill. Now it's too late to say you're sorry. How could I know? What could I say? Now it's too late to say you're sorry. She's not there. With Quentin offering hollow protestations and apologies. I'm sorry, which meant nothing to me then, like it means nothing to me now. These games to him are violations to me. After I published the essay, and it failed to take flight, I thought, what else can I do? And had the thought, oh, I should review movies every day and protest. Then I thought, that's funny. So that's exactly what I did. I reviewed 3 movies with hashtag boycott the movie critic. An American in Paris, Mr. Skeffington, and when I tweeted my 4,500 word review of Gone with the Wind directly to his personal Twitter, @QTarantino tweet, he canceled the film the following morning, less than 12 hours after I posted it to him, saying, "There it is. Feel free to read the other 2, as you and or your final film are mentioned in both of them. I am the real reason he canceled the film. I wrote him immediately, refused at the door. I took everything down because I'm cool. Quentin would say otherwise. I have similar opinions about him and his. But from then, he was back violating my mind as a psychic voyeur every night. Many nights I would write through golden hour sunset for the magic of the moment to lend itself to my writing. And I would hear him, 'This guy's writing right now. I can't fuck with this guy.' Which is only one of a multitude of examples. Of course, the weeks unfolded, and he revealed that he wanted me to question him about cinema speculation at a screening of Jackie Brown last June at De Niro Con. All psychic mind manipulation, which I, then, as now, have no choice but to endure. Some 2 months, all day and night. I wrote him another letter a week before Tribeca, again, refused. No actual contact, having nothing to trust but the voice in my head, which I resent far more now. But even then, I began to think, the only time I have my mind to myself is at the witching hour before work. It was exhausting then, though now it is debilitating to all involved. I spent so much time hating myself, sacrificing everything, my job, my body, my innocence, all to satiate his base perversions of thought, his sick conspiracies to see me suffer. And so now, I feel I chose the right side. The lesser mysteries is the question, the horizon of your ignorance. Initiation by degrees, bullshit. But the greater mysteries is love, which is the answer. He chose the question, and I followed his direction. It was petty. However, his behavior thereafter is a testament to how uncool he is. And if he is the elder statesman of cinema, then Hollywood venerates an evil degenerate, just one of several, I have no doubt. After the conversation with De Niro, I asked him to sign my copy of Cinema Speculation. I opened the book, he signed the dust jacket, and I had a letter inside the book. I shoved the letter all the way up to his face, and he stuck his nose up at me and turned his back on me. So I followed his direction, turned around and left. I know it was petty, and he will tell you I am a crazed fan and show you a letter I sent his agent, which I will now explain in full. I have to put this in the mail. I do not have the luxury of taking my time. After Tribeca, Quentin has been seeking my sanity so that I will commit suicide, and he can have and use the scene I sent him for free. He and the cabal of degenerates that call him master have been practicing dangerous black magic evil, trying with clay fetishes to give me AIDS and poison me with the destroying angel mushroom. The ugliest, highest black magic evil anyone could practice, and if I do the same thing, he will send people here to murder me. You know, you should know, that this is the ugliest, most dangerous game in the world, and all I can do is endure. My YouTube channel, @CriticalSorcerer, explains everything I don't have the time to write out. I recommend A Plea to the Pope. In any of the newest 30 videos or so, I'll explain with grace what is occurring. We are swiftly approaching Quentin receiving the Vanguard on September 28th with the Burbank International Film Festival, the board members of which consider being a game show contestant a valid credit, if that's any hint how illustrious their awards are. But at any rate, earlier this summer, he did a retrospective at Cannes, and while he was on stage, he had 2 of his protégés practicing high evil and making my life miserable because he has spent so much time remote viewing me, he has created a case study psychologically in all of us. All involved, I mean. So, he feels he has to torture me into submission so that he has his mind free to be a charming satanic asshole, which again is his doing, not mine. Whatever his justifications are is irrelevant. If Khan is the blueprint for how his public speaking engagements will proceed moving forward, then I have no choice but to assume his disciples are preparing with their every breath to torture me and try to kill me with hideous black magic evil. This is why I'm writing. I am afraid. Yes, he can and will say I am insane. And if you receive something from him before this arrives, he proves me right. And if and when he shows you the letter I willingly sent him and slanders me out of context, just know that secret, which I put on paper willingly, he stole with clairvoyance, which I could have lied about, sure, and I suppose I should have. I never would have sent that to him if I knew he was going to mock me all over town. Of course, it is a testament to his adolescence. But my point is that the things people refer to as psychic, clairvoyant, telepathy, etc., are the same things people refer to as magic and sorcery. Not similar, the same things. So please, I know you understand. Look at the channel and think about it. Understand, I write because you are one of the few people who actually understands. And I am most dreadfully attended. I need help. I'm not asking you to go to war with Quentin, though no one's ever been more deserving. But please, just share the channel. Help get the story out before Burbank. Because if it remains this ugly, occulted thing, it might cost me my life. He is a sad, angry, evil, ugly goblin. Sent with love. Please help if you can. Brian Jennings, September 16th, 2025.